Welcome to Whiskey Conversations. I'm Daniel Whittington. I am here today with guest Jake Clements. Jake's founder of the Texas Whiskey Festival. At least he's done a lot more than this in his life. I hate to shrink it all to just whiskey.
It's fine.
It's
fine.
But founder of the Texas Whiskey Festival, and then ran the show at the Texas Whiskey Association for a while as director.
For the trail, yeah.
And whiskey som.
Yes.
And all around badass human being.
Wow, that's kind of.
Is that fair?
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take that.
And you wanted to drink Still Austin, which I will ask about in a little bit.
Yeah.
But first, I first heard about you. I should leave this up there so people can see what we're drinking. Cheers to you, sir. Welcome to the bar.
Thanks for having me.
Man, they make good whiskey. Okay. I first met you. So I didn't make the first Texas Whiskey Festival. It was held in a hotel.
No, Bob Bullock History Museum.
Bob Bullock, that's right. At Bob Bullock, I heard about you because we had founded the Texas Whiskey Association. Or we were in the beginnings of it. Like we were formalizing, the ink wasn't even dry on signatures and things, which is a whole other story. And all of my distiller friends were like, every time we were hanging out, they're like, some dude just decided to start a festival, call it Texas Whiskey Festival. He doesn't even know that half the brands he invited don't make their own stuff. And I was like, and I'm sitting in this gatherings going like, man, this guy is just going to take it in the chin when they get a chance to talk to him. And they're like, we're going to have words with him. I think this is like, I'm not going to name names, but a couple of the distillers were like, we're going to tell him.
I'm pretty sure I know.
Yeah, and all I was thinking was like, oh man, that's going to be... I feel bad for that guy. And then when we finally met, you were planning the second one already. Mm-hmm. And it was at Star Hill Ranch. And I was like, yeah, that's when we started to connect. And in between there, we started blending.
Well, so I learned about you in the academy because my wife, we just completed the first festival, and she's like, hey, if you're trying to like figure this whiskey stuff out, 'cause all I knew is I liked it.
Yeah.
And I knew how to do events. And she's like, you should really do this whiskey sommelier thing. I was like, I don't know. All right. So I reached out to you and you're like, we should talk.
Yeah.
So I met you on the campus.
Yes.
And we were walking. We went up to where
we went up to the old vault. Yeah.
Had Japanese whiskey. I don't remember exactly which one.
Yeah.
And at the time, all y'all had what is now Fang and Feather. There was a barrel of Wyoming whiskey in there.
Yeah. That was it.
Yes. But that was my first time.
We were in construction.
Yes. My first time meeting you was here on this campus and getting introduced to what the Wizard Academy is, which was
still don't.
Anyways, it is a memory that literally kind of changed the course of my life in one way. I mean, I was still going to do the festival one way or another, but it helped me understand a lot more that I didn't know.
Yeah, because you were a professional events runner. Mm-hmm. You would run things 100 times the size of the Texas Festival, had successful entire industry you worked with and well known in it. You cracked into this because you thought it would be in. Why did you crack into Texas whiskey? Like, what was like, you know what, I'm going to do a festival for Texas whiskey?
So it was literally South by of 2017.
Yeah.
I was at some networking event, and we started talking about Texas whiskeys, or what I thought was Texas whiskey.
Yeah. Brands released in Texas.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we started kind of doing this one-up game. Well, what about this one? Have you tried that one? The question got posed. Could you do an event with just Texas whiskey? Don't know. A little later, I found that answer, quit my job, filed an LLC, and then that was in September, and then March, so almost a year to the day of the conversation, held the first festival.
At Bob Bullock,
yes.
Yeah, which is such a great location for that.
It was.
I like Star Hill Ranch better because it's such an old West town. So there's a place in way south anyway. Anyway, there's a place down south of Austin, east of Austin, west of Austin, and it's called Star Hill Ranch, and this dude has basically created an old Western town out in the middle of nowhere.
All of the buildings were transferred from somewhere in Texas.
Yeah, they're not props. They're real
they're
buildings.
Well, the funny thing is they actually own a prop company.
Of course, yeah.
And so like they have the Mariposa Bar.
Yeah.
They did stuff for Yellowstone.
They
have, they're a massive prop company, and so all of these buildings were brought from, like the saloon that's there was the original post office of Bee Cave.
Oh, that's so cool.
I know.
Yeah. No, that's where it is now, and I think it's a perfect location.
Well, we outgrew the Bob Bullock year one.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I mean, I think our capacity was 500, and we're not going to tell anybody. I think there was 600.
Yeah, fire marshals. Oh no.
Yeah.
So we met, and I think we sat down. I was like, hey, just so you know, this is what you waded into.
Yeah.
There's a lot of strong opinions in this group, and I don't know if you realized that. And then you became a Somm that same, I think 2018, right?
That fall, yeah.
Yeah. And then from then forward, you were the originator of the plan to be the first blend of Texas distilleries.
Yeah, so that actually happened that same time.
Yeah.
Our first meeting when you were talking about independent bottling, and that was
Yes.
my first understanding of what that was.
Because I was explaining why we had a Wyoming barrel.
And I was like, I'd really like to do this blend of whiskeys, and you're like, if you can get them to say yes, we'll do it. It took me. That was April, something like that. I think we started blending in August.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
took
no.
me- Well, then even after I got them to say yes, there was a kind of figuring out how do we do this.
How we
now?
transfer and bond.
Yeah.
Well, and no, so many craft guys don't even understand how transfer and
know.
bond works.
Yeah.
Well, it's super nerdy conversation, but transfer and bond means you can take a barrel from one distillery to another distillery without having to leave bond or pay taxes on it or anything like that.
Yeah, and so then we got to release it at the second festival in 2019.
Yep. It was so good. I still drank a little bit of that yesterday after our conversation of would you come and hang out with me and shoot a video.
See,
And I should have brought it, and I left it sitting on the kitchen table.
I have a bottle,
Yeah.
unopened.
I only have one.
Well, I have
It's
two.
opened. Okay.
I have the one that actually says, because at the time we were doing bottle one,
One, yeah.
so I have the one that says bottle one, and then I have, I don't know what
Yeah.
bottle number it is.
And
but
we
yeah.
blended that with the licorices.
Yep.
It was me and you and the licorices.
And Emma, I believe.
And Emma.
yeah, because Ty couldn't make it.
No,
and then Jared
couldn't make it. Yeah. So cool.
It was such a good one.
I can't believe we did that.
No. And then we ended up
4
5,
more.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
never repeated a distillery.
Yes. Which is nuts. That first one's still my favorite because
it's
it's
by
like
far.
emotionally, and also because it's blended to my preferences. Yeah, so I'm a little.
Well, it is still
Heavy-handed
the
on
best.
that
I mean,
one.
there's just this right amount of sweet and smoky and just balance. It's good.
So then you ended up becoming director of the Texas Whiskey Association and the Texas Whiskey Trail.
Sorry, the trail. Yes,
Trail.
because you were president of the
Yeah,
association.
I was the president of the association. You became director of the trail, and so I'm not going to go into that entirely. But what I do want to ask is, what to you? There's no one else that has the most background to answer this question. What is Texas whiskey to you? It's an impossible question.
It is.
and I know it's an impossible
And I
question.
used to have the answer to that question. If you would have asked me 3 years ago, maybe even 6 months ago,
Right.
I probably would have said, it's everything else on steroids. It's bold, it's amplified flavors.
Right.
But it took me some time just sitting and thinking about it. We've always had delicate single malts. We've always had a variety of whiskey.
Yeah.
And some of them are big and bold and flavors, but they're not always.
No. I mean, for
just-
example, Still Austin.
Yeah, it's
Why did you choose this one to drink? This was your call.
okay. So one, I needed to stay true to Texas. It's
Oh, yeah,
just,
of course.
And I just really like it, and I think it's a great entry if their past experience with Texas whiskey has been that bold, tannicky thing.
Yeah.
This is a great introduction that if anybody wants to try a high rye bourbon, or if you're into Basil Hayden or something like that, this is a great entry into what Texas whiskey can be.
Yeah.
One of the versions of what it can be.
Yeah.
But back to the what is Texas whiskey? I don't think we're meant to define it.
No, I don't either.
I think it is, we're making good whiskey
Yeah.
across, whether it's single malts, wheat whiskey, we're
Yes,
just making
doesn't
good
matter.
whiskey. And so if you want to know what it is, well, that is Texas whiskey.
Yeah, it just is something made here.
Yes.
My answer has become Texas whiskey is not defined by flavor. It's defined by community and exploration.
That is a great thing, and I think for the longest time I was trying to define it by flavor.
Yeah.
And that was the wrong move.
Yeah.
It is about, yes, community, where it's made
We
in
all know
community.
each other. We're all friends with
Yes.
each other. There's friendly competition, but it's friendly.
Well, yeah. I mean, so an association meeting's happening tomorrow, and we're all going to be there, and we're going to drink each other's whiskey because
Yeah.
that's just what.
And everyone's really excited to drink everyone else's
Yes.
whiskey.
Well, like Hush and Whisper's releasing their first rye.
Oh, yeah.
We're all going to get to try it tomorrow for the first time.
And
Essentially,
again, everyone's
everybody's
excited about
Yes.
it. Yeah, no one is like, "Well, screw you guys. You know,
Yeah.
we're competitors." I can't count how many people I meet across the entire craft industry that look at Texas with jealousy of like, I wish our distillers in our state were as kind and connected as you guys are. Because when we show up at the American Craft Spirits Association or ADI's conferences, all the Texas distillers, they all glom onto each other and hang out together as a gang.
Same way at like the American Whiskey Awards and
Yeah.
things like that.
It's like all the Texans find each other and then we all hang out.
You know, and I think it's taken a little bit, but one of the ideas with the festival was rising tides raise all ships.
Yes.
And I believe that as an industry, we've got there in
Oh,
different
yeah.
ways.
Absolutely.
But we've all gotten there, and I think it's making a difference.
Yeah.
And people are taking notice of
I
what
agree.
we're doing here. So
I love it. Well, cheers to you, sir. I'm
Cheers.
grateful that you're here.
Glad
and
to
we're
be
both
here.
really glad you're here. Cheers to you.
cheers.
For the YouTube channel, not defined by flavor, but defined by something else. Like and subscribe.